Alright, in this video we're going to set up our players so they can move left and right and jump. We have a side scrolling game, so that's the directions we want to work on. So the first thing we're going to do is open our player object, who is the object we want to move. Alright, you can see we've already set up gravity on our player, so he'll fall to the ground. First thing we're going to want to do is do an add event, and we're going to do a key press left. And then the action we're going to add is set the horizontal speed. For left, we're going to use a negative number because left movements always use negative numbers, right movements use positive numbers. The speed you can set to any number. The larger you set the speed, the faster they'll go. If you set relative, every time you press the button again, they'll go another 5 pixels to the right faster every time. So if you keep hitting the button, they'll go faster and faster and faster. I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to add an event and do key release left. Set the horizontal speed back to 0 again. Then I'm going to do a key press right. Set the horizontal speed to +5. Then we're going to do key release right. Set the speed back to 0 again. And that should get our player to move left and right. We can go ahead and test it out here. We'll hit OK. Save it. We'll hit play. Up comes our game here. You can see my player, and my player moves left and right, and when I let go of the key, they stop. Alright, so we'll bring back this up, and we'll go ahead and set our player to jump. So bring back up our object properties again, and this time we're going to do add event, and this time I'm going to do keyboard for the up. And then the first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to check and see if an object is colliding with something. And the reason for this is I want to make sure that my player can only jump when they are standing on an object. I don't want my player to be able to jump again in midair, because if I keep hitting the up button, they'll be able to keep jumping higher and higher and higher. That could very well be what you want your player to do. For my game, I don't. So I'm going to check 0 and 1, which checks right below the player to make sure the player is standing on something, and I'm going to click relative because it's relative to the player. And then I'm going to go back to move, and I'm going to set my speed vertical this time to -13. Again, with same with horizontal speed, you can set this number. The higher you set the number, the higher they'll jump. This number also works in conjunction with the gravity, so if you set your gravity higher, then you have to set your vertical speed higher if you want your player to still be able to jump the same high. Alright, so let's go ahead and test it out again. I'm going to click save. Bring my game over. There's my player. And now my player can jump. And that's a simple way to create movements for your player.